Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm your host KirinDave, creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack, and also one of the many people who is working to make the mod pack awesome. I'm just out here in the nether getting more nether quartz because I need a ton of it for a build that's coming up. Now, I have a sad bit of news to give you. I lost some recording. I was actually working on some other stuff and it didn't work right, and I discovered that right now I can't record Minecraft with sound and get good sound quality. So these flaming pits, I can hear them. You cannot. Given the fact that most of the sound in Nether is just pointless gibbering, you're okay. But I do apologize about the lack of sound. I'm working to resolve it, but I'd rather get an episode out with no sound than get no episode out. So, you know, trade-offs. But yeah, I'm just coming back from a trip to the Nether. As you can see, I've got a pretty good haul of stuff. And as you can see, I've also made a new pick. Really, I've done a lot of stuff. Most of it I did off camera between episodes. But I did find this when I went out to the Nether. It looks like someone else in the server has made their way to me. I suspect I know who it is, but I don't want to steal his thunder. He hasn't made a public announcement what he's doing here, so I'm just going to leave it at that I think I know who it is, and I think it's awesome. Welcome back to my base. I've been doing quite a bit of sprucing up, including giving myself a nice little home. I got these map blocks spawning in. This is my bedroom now. As you can see, chunk loader, tombstone, because who doesn't want to sleep underneath a tombstone? And of course, our trusty checklist. I'm in the middle of upgrading the blood altar right now. I guess, like I said, because I lost some recordings, I unfortunately can't show you every last little bit, but I have expanded my house quite a bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I showed it to you. Did not end, but that footage won't make it in. So welcome to the new upgraded KirinDave. We've of course moved a bunch of stuff down here and run extra utilities tubes up in there. We'll get to what's going on over here in just a minute because that's the subject of my current work. And here we are up here in the upper room. I discovered something amazing. If you put bookcases near a Thaumcraft research table, you get tons of research points. You get them like for free. It's amazing. And it totally changes the ability to do research. I mean, it's easy now. Also got an enchanting table, quite nice to have, especially given how much I mine. Got a bunch of animals, needed the resources. Farm is still pretty much the same. Have some Ars work to do. Really, I'm just in the middle of upgrading the blood altar. So what I did was I made a tier 2 altar by surrounding, I left the tooltips on, you can see up at the top, surrounding a altar on its floor with 8 blood runes. I then used that upgraded altar to turn an emerald into an apprentice blood orb. Let me go ahead and show that to you here. Right? This is fantastic. It ups the overall size of my life pool, which is definitely cool. It also, a tier 2 altar unlocks a bunch of transmutes, including some superior things. But first thing I want to do is go ahead and grab, well, that's not what we want there. We want these in here. I want to keep making fused quartz. Fused quartz is important to me. And I'll go ahead and turn this on. I am using Stirling engines from Buildcraft just for now because they work properly with my lava crystals, and I'm powering my engines off of awesome energy from blood magic. It's cool. Now, the subject of what my current project is making 2 blood altars. So let's see. While that's cooking up, I should dump my various things here. That's right. I have an ardite ore that's unprocessed. I keep unprocessed ores in here, but I'm kind of full up, huh? So I guess I'll just have to move that over. Now, I need to tell you a little bit about what my plan is here. So when you're starting out with blood magic, it feels like a pretty arduous mod, and you're going to sit around with a sacrificial knife, or hoping enemies will spawn, or maybe you have some spawner you've already built that you're using, and that's exactly what you want to do. Except that in the process, you'll find that, oh man, you'll think to yourself, I spend so much time just worrying about getting a little bit of LP. I really wish there was a better way to do it. And there is. You're going to want to upgrade your altar. And that's the first step. Just getting larger, more powerful blood orbs. There's the apprentice. Let's go blood orb, and I'll show you. There's a whole bunch of them. Blood orb. As you can see, there's a weak, an apprentice, which we're at right now, a magician's, a master's, 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 and the Archmage, which just Archmage is absurd. I don't even know how anyone could possibly use it. But we're not concerned about that one. We're just trying to make our next level. Once you have the Apprentice, that upgrades your LP capacity quite a bit. But what we're really interested in doing here is making some a few blood runes. So let's see. We need to grab some stone. Here we have some stone here. I'll show you the process here. I've upgraded this altar with speed, which is one of the first runes you can make. Speed runes are cool, but they're also a bit of a double-edged sword. They increase the speed at which things drain out of the altar and into objects. So I should keep this going as we go. Gotta make sure to keep my life up with my golden blood spell from Ars. You need to be very careful about using speed, because if you run out of blood in the altar in the middle of a transmutation, like I almost did there, it can significantly decrease the amount of blood available. In other words, or rather the amount of progress made. It wastes progress, basically. And given what a pain, especially early on, it is to get more LP, you really don't want to waste any of it. You want to use all of it to its fullest. You want to make sure that you've always got some of it working, and not waste any drop of it. So the reason I'm making these right now is I need at least, I think, 8 of these to make my improved altar. So we're just kind of sitting here. You can see it's going so fast now, it's actually hard to keep up with it. And so I should probably take a minute here. I need to really do is make a direct healing Ars spell. I have this regeneration one, which is great, but when you're doing stuff like what I'm doing, it's a little bit less awesome. Right, so I also, while I'm doing this, have some other really interesting news. Over the last week, between the last episodes you saw and these, oh no, don't run out. Don't run out at all. Whew. This is a bit hectic. With these speedruns, I got some really... So anyways, over the last week, I got some really interesting news about the pack. It turns out that Resonant Rise has actually broken its 10,000th user sometime last week. How amazing is that? This little mod pack that we started so long ago, you can go back and find the original ones when it was just me saying I was going to do it, and then talking about bringing Velodican on, bringing other testers on. We've really had a long way to get here, but we've broken 10,000 users. And that's because folks like you come and you play the pack, and that's fantastic. I mean, the most gratifying thing when you're working on a project like this is to have other people tell you, I like your project. And there's nothing you can do for a mod pack that says, I like it, more than, playing it. I guess maybe you could get other people to play it. That would be better too. But I'm happy with what I have, which is 10,000. We'll probably hit our 20,000th user before the end of the year at this rate. So that's fantastic. And that's a lot of people. So how many we got left here? We got 2 more of these to make. Yes. So the plan here is to go ahead and make these so that we can make blood runes. Blood runes are the basic type that you see here on the ground, and they're the basic substrate for all of these things. But that's not all we're going to do, because a 15,000 life point pool is nothing to smirk at. It's a pretty good size, especially since the first the apprentice blood orb that you make, or the weak blood orb that you make to start, is just rubbish. It's terrible. You don't even want it. It's basically, I mean, you do because you need it, but it's basically only 5,000. Which is not very good at all. So here we're going to pop these up. I know it's a little weird for it to be utterly silent like that. I am very sorry about that. All right, and we're going to pull out our trusty Darkcraft tool and make a few blood orbs, which I think I have everything I need on hand. What do we need? We need a blood rune. What we need to do is make some blood runes. Yes, blood runes. Don't freak out. They're not that scary. Just a few of these. Just to work things out. Right, so let's go ahead and make 1. We actually only need 4, because the rest of them we will be making. Okay, pull it up there with a different recipe. 2, 3. Sure do wish that didn't do that. 4. Supposedly in the next drop, that little bug is fixed. Okay, here we've got blood runes. Now, normally to make a tier 2 altar, you'd make 8 of these by infusing slabs like you saw me do earlier, and then wrap them in a ring. However, we are actually going to be making a different set of runes. In this case, we're going to be making... Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take these runes, right? We're actually going to move these over. Now, you might wonder why we do that. Whoa, that was a little bit of lag there. I wonder if someone's joined the server. Well, what we're doing here, did I just get two? Okay, good. Is we're going to have these speed runes be moved to our back altar, because our back altar is where our power is going to be stored, and our front altar is where it's going to be generated. Now, that may sound totally ridiculous to you in the context of a magic rune, but I assure you it makes perfect sense. So here, as you can see, we just toss down, we'll just toss down a piece of stone, make it look all sinister and stuff. And here we have our other blood altar. Now we have two. This one, though, we don't want to be using those runes. So these runes increase the rate at which blood flows out of the altar and into whatever's inside the altar, which is awesome. It means that you can do things faster. It means that you can do things more effectively. And like I said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword with transmutations. But that's not a problem. What we really want here is we want sacrifice or self-sacrifice runes, like so. These increase the amount of energy that is put into the altar every time you use the sacrificial dagger. So it makes us actually better at producing LP, which is obviously very important. If you've used the mod at all, you'll know that sitting around tapping yourself for life is just no fun. So I think we have some glowstone. We do have some glowstone here. We have plenty of smooth stone on hand. So let's go ahead and make some of these. We need 4 of them. And so each time we have to toss this back in. Way assures me that bug is fixed in the next release, which I'm very excited about, by the way. In fact, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be doing a spotlight about it. I think I mentioned this. Didn't I have more of those? One sec, folks. I got to make a few more of those slates. Or I'm sure I made 8, so they're just probably hiding around somewhere. I'm going to find them, and then I'll be right back. Alright, silly me, I had actually crafted them and just miscounted how many were in my inventory. So I went ahead and placed them. And as you can see, here we have 2 blood altars. This one's surrounded by speed runes, this one's surrounded by self-sacrifice runes, which take glowstone, so they're pretty expensive, but worthwhile. Let me show you how worthwhile they are and how worthwhile they get over time. First, let's go ahead over here to this altar, which is just made faster. And, well, you know what, let's take this out just so we can see the effect. So if I tap myself once, well, not quite what I want, and check, you can see that I put 202, it's actually just 200, there's a little bit left over in there. Let's go ahead and drain that out, right? So about 200. I hop over here, stand firmly here, again, take this out, and check. And you can see that we have 282 from 1 heart. So just 4 of these increased it by 82. That's almost 50% increase. As we build up the tiers upon tiers of blood altars, we will find that there is increasingly a number of these runes will just become overwhelmingly powerful. Like, we'll be able to generate thousands of LP from a single prick of our finger. And that's really like the secret of this mod. Well, it's one of the 2 secrets. Let me go ahead and toss this in. And note that my LP is now 25k. It's a respectable number, so I can really power quite a lot of stuff. Speaking of that, how's this cooking job doing? Seems like it's doing pretty good to me. Unfortunately, we just need a lot of fused quartz. I don't know what to do about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's up next, because now here's the secret. The secret is that this this substance that is in the, well, maybe another interesting way to do it is to show you. Let me just go ahead and prick myself here. 1, 2, 3, and that should give us one more. We'll do it. There we go, 1,000 buckets. Now, if I were to go and grab a bucket, this is what's really interesting. I think this is pretty intense. If you go ahead, you may notice that it looks kind of like a level. There we go. I got a, what? Let's go in there. It takes a second or two, and we will get a placeable liquid bucket. Bucket of life. How euphemistic it is for a way to put it there. Let me put it that way. As you can see, it's quite disturbing looking, and, you know, pretty awesome, really. If you ask me, I think it's pretty cool. Then you hop on a source block, no real effects. However, it can go to the Nether with you, so it's interesting that way. So this is one bucket, and if we check the thing there, you can see we only have 102 left. It was 1,102 before, so this is 1,000 mil buckets. And if I toss this in here, not much I can do with it. So now I have this bucket. What am I going to do with it? Let me show you. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and let's grab some obsidian. Really astute watchers of this who have saw my last season may recognize immediately where I'm going when I grab obsidian and glass panes. Where I'm going is grabbing, let's see, we want to grab tank. These OpenBlocks tanks are so cool. How many of these can we make? Oh, quite a few. Let's just make 6 for now. So this fluid can actually be piped out of our altar. And then it can be placed in tanks and then piped out of those tanks to go elsewhere as well. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but when you actually think about what this mod does and how it stores power, that's everything. What that actually means we can do, and we're just digging up our floor, so I'm just gonna, don't worry, I'll make this all pretty before we're all done. Oh man, one thing I'm really glad I set up a farm early on, because this mod is just murder on your health. All right, so if we go ahead and if we just break this here, we can see the underside of the thing there. So let's just go ahead and make ourselves a few steps here. No problem. And then let's go ahead and put down some of these bricks here so I can get back over. So our goal here is to go ahead and put some of these tanks under there. But we're going to need some way to move the liquid too, which is why I was working on the fused quartz over here. Let's go ahead and see. It actually should be all pulled out. Probably split between these two chests because I haven't done very much with the sorting system. Well, it looks like they all landed in the furthest chest. We have fused quartz. Fused quartz has a variety of uses from EnderIO, including fluid conduits. Oh, so all we need is some conduit binders, which are made from bond air composites, which is just gravel, sand, and clay. Maybe if I had gone out harvesting those things in anticipation of using it, I'd be, look, gravel, sand, clay. How's that, huh? I can plan ahead too. Let's go ahead and toss these things in there. By the way, this fused quartz stuff looks pretty slick. If you just put it down, it's a nice connected texture glass. Not bad in and of itself, right? And you can actually paint it to get a variety of other effects. So it's really cool, and it's breakable and placeable. And it's just 3 nether quartz in the alloy furnace from EnderIO. Okay, so what we need to do is make some of this binding compound. So let's call up our thing here, and let's make a binding or binder. Yeah, there we are. See, we can just go ahead and grab, let's just make a good sum of this stuff. Well, let's make a whole stack. For now, that should be plenty. We'll toss it in here to be powered by our newfound LP. And we'll wait a sec while that cooks up. Yes, we will wait a sec while that cooks up. One moment. All right, just a moment passed, so now I have some of this conduit binder. More still cooking up, of course. We don't need a ton of it because the recipe is pretty generous overall. So let's just grab, well, yeah, let's grab this many for now. Let's grab 12. That should be more than enough. So what we need to do, oh, and what, you know what we'll also need? We're going to need a wrench. You'll see why in just a sec. So now we're going to go back to EnderIO, which we started last time. And we're going to use these fluid mods to extract from, let's go like this, there we go, fluid mods to extract. Now, by default, these fluid mods, or these fluid pipes, why am I saying mods? Duh. They're kind of sort of like liquiducts, in that they don't have a natural pull, but they can be powered to pull. There's our other thing. Let's go ahead and toss this right here. Put one right there, one right there. Wait, not quite what we wanted. Can we just shift right click? We can. Right. And there we go. Now, the goal here is to put our tanks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Now we always want to pull, this is our producer altar. So basically the way I've set this up is we have a buffer between our producer altar and our consumer altar. The consumer altar's job is to quickly get LP into whatever we want. The producer altar's job, how do you get in there? The producer altar's job is just to be a conduit between, or just to be an easy place to generate LP, right? We don't quite want to seal this up yet, but you can see basically get the gist of it, right? So we have one place where we make the LP and one place where we consume it. And we want to be careful about well, we want to make sure that we have a nice big buffer. Now, each one of these OpenBlocks tanks holds 16 buckets. 16 buckets is 1,000 millibuckets. 1,000 millibuckets is 1,000 LP. So we've got another 16,000 LP, and it'd be very easy for us to expand this out. So we can have a buffer even above and beyond what's in our normal LP network, which for the Apprentice Blood Orb should be allowed a maximum of 25,000 LP. So 25 buckets. We can add an extra, well, gosh, we have 32. God, we have a ton, right? I don't even know offhand. It's too late in the evening for that. All right, so let's go ahead and make this a powered extraction, or rather an extractor. And now we need to give it a redstone signal. This can be a little tricky with this setup. I think I can get it to work by doing this. Tossing one of these down. Let's toss. I think if I go like this, well, first let's fill these in so nothing can spawn. I think if I go like this, yes, you can see immediately things get drained from the altar and that sinister liquid ends up in this tank, which is pretty cool looking, you gotta admit. And I could just drill another spike, I probably will in just a minute, go ahead and make a little bit more tank. But in the meantime, we can just go ahead and close this up like so. Now, the only other thing we want to make sure, I guess before I close it up, we want to make sure that we're constantly drawing out of that tank and putting it into this tank. So let's go ahead and just put another one of those. Let's make another one with our final stick. Oh, stick. Right here. And of course, we want to dunk this to make it an extract. It's a lot like thermal expansion. I think I have to put it straight down on the ground to get to propagate upwards. Huh. I wonder what's up with that. Is it just not getting the signal, or is it not? How if we do this and this and then this? I know this gets a redstone signal. There we go. So it's just a matter of, let's make it not connect there. And then if we were to go up here, we should find that we'll draw the blood out and force it. Now, I wonder if it's not, is it not connected? No, it's connected. I wonder if it has to go in the top. That's interesting. I got this to work the other day. Is it just not connected to anything? Let's go like this, and then connect it there. It should be going into the, I wonder if it can only go out the top or into the top. Folks, give me a second to experiment because this really ought to be working. There's fluid in that line. Okay, I know what the problem is now. It's these conduits have an interesting property where they need a certain amount of liquid to be able to push upwards. It's a little different from the old liquid ducts that would basically move anything through. So we lose a little bit in the conduit, it seems. But it does, I did get it to work. So what I just need to do now is, well, repair my walls that I was messing with. But just go ahead and fill this up substantially, and then that will eventually start transferring over here. And you can see that it in fact does. You can see that level rose a little bit. So I'm going to repair my walls really fast, and then we'll use this newfound power, because now I can buffer a whole lot of blood. So I'm just going to take a minute to go ahead and drain myself dry. I'm sorry, buffer a whole lot of life, right? But you can see over here now we've got about 3,000 LP and growing, and we'll be able to store a heck of a lot of it over time. So let me go ahead and repair my wall, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, so I got it working, and it turns out I just needed to do a little bit of things. It's awesome, and I spent a whole bunch of time cutting. It's awesome. I know Way cringes every time I say that, so I say it as often as I can. No, I was sacrificing my life energy. That's a lot of life energy in there. That's like nearly, oh God, it's like nearly 32 buckets, or nearly 32,000 LP, and another 10 in here. which we're going to use right now. So the first thing we're going to do is make some imbued slates. Or reinforced slates. I already have one. And you do that. As you can see, now I can generate efficiently over there and quickly, using my speedruns, go over here with this buffer in between. And it's awesome. You've seen the lava crystal that constantly taps my LP network, but there's also other stuff we can make that actually uses the same principle. And if we just safely nestle our apprentice blood orb in here, we will proceed to imbue all this energy in there and keep a nice healthy buffer, so should we exhaust our reserves, it'll keep filling up. The speedruns ensure that it'll fill up probably faster than we can use it. So that's pretty slick. And as you can see, we're draining a hefty amount right now. Already that level has dropped quite a bit, but that's fine. It's going into our network, which is even safer than this one. Gosh. So what I'd like to make next is two sigils I've been holding off on. The sigil of the fast miner, which I have almost everything I need for, and the sigil of the green grove, which lets us use LP to grow plants. Both are really useful effects, a little bit more flexible than the Ars ones. So let's go ahead and make them. For the sigil of the fast miner, though, we do need to make some tools, like so. We need one of these, and what was the third one? Was it a hoe or was it a? It was an axe. Of course, it was an axe, like so. Now this is a pretty awesome sigil, if you ask me. What it does, oh, I need my, excuse me, tall topped off, perfect. What it does is it gives you the power to have haste all the time. So check this out. I go dink, I turn it on, and now I have speed 2, haste 2. Well, I think that the other one is just a bug from Thaumcraft. So let me go ahead and walk through here. Yeah, so it just gives you haste, basically permanently. It's really cool because you mine incredibly fast with it. Let me go ahead and pull out this already fast pick, and let's just let's turn it off for a sec because it is kind of costly to run. Not the most costly, but costly. We don't want to frivolously do it at this stage, but we mine stone pretty fast, right? Check this out. With this on, we just blow right through it. It's even faster. Now, already stone, we're probably hitting stone's minimum. So let's go ahead and take a look at a different one. How about this? Right? Coal, not too hard. With this on, we just tear right through it. It's pretty cool. So I'm a big fan of this. It definitely improves the situation, especially if you're using substandard tools. It makes a huge difference. We're using a pretty nice one here and kind of wasting the alamite, to be honest, but that's fine. That's fine. So the other one we'd like to make is, of course, the green grove. I'm just going to move to a safer place before I make it. I can make it anywhere, but right here should be fine. Green grove. And this one is pretty cool. We can just tap point at the ground, and boom. Oh no, overgrown with grass. Shucks. But those flowers there are kind of nice. So yeah, these are just nice utility tools. And we can actually use this now that it's bound to, you can see it's current owner. Well, you can't quite see it on the thing. It's the tooltip is a little bit too long, but these get bound to KirinDave. So if I were to hand this to a friend, a sigil of fast miner, they could use my network. More importantly, things that know how to right-click blocks can do this as well. Now, for the sigil of fast miner, that's of course useless, and I don't even know what would happen. But for the green grove, it means that we can run over. Let's see if we can do this. Here we go. We got one of these. We can just go boink and make a tree out of it. So we could actually use our LP to accelerate a tree farm, which I think is pretty wild, or you know, improve the rate of growth over here. If everything wasn't already maxed out, you need to go harvesting again. So with these two things done, I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna toss them in my bag of tools here, though the mining thing will be especially useful. So thinking about what I need to do next, I really need to get a ghast tier. And I need to get for the sigil of air, which is the next big thing I want. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. The recipe is pretty modest, but I need a ghast tier. And I can't use a Dartcraft tier, unfortunately. Well, I mean, fortunately for Way, unfortunately for me. So I really do need to be serious about that and get one of those. I'm thinking if I grab some string and a couple other things, I'm going to head to the Nether and go hit that Nether fortress. Now, before I go, what I'm going to do is hit up basically make a few essentials. I'm obviously going to need a bow. So, well, I could make a Tinker's Construct bow, but that's kind of more, I will kind of am afraid I'm going to fall into the lava and be bridging and all these things. And I'm also going to be shooting at ghasts. So I really don't want to like take something valuable. That said, I probably a vanilla bow won't work. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh, well, you know what I have? I have right over here. Could do a little bit of a enchanting Hail Mary. So let's see. 15 levels. Why not? Bing. Unbreaking 2. That is a bummer. Oh well. Unfortunately, now I'm out of things. Well, I guess that's. I mean, it's a bow. It does things. It will bow things. But I also need to make a couple other things. Getting ghast tears is hard, usually because ghasts like to fly over lava. So what I'm thinking is that if I use the spell Attract that I know, that might be a good way to go about drawing the things to me. I'm not sure how powerful the spell is. I've never experimented. I'd also like to make this Rift spell, so I could put my tool belt in the Rift and have it with me, and then just cast Rift and be able to go back over. Also, I'd like to make the light spell. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and make some of these spells. In particular, I'm going to make Attract and Rift, and probably light with a projectile. And we'll use that to move forward. And I've been doing a little bit of Ars research on the side. You can see I know Jump, Haste, Swift Swim. I'm slowly working down that tree, which is exciting because there's a lot of good stuff down there. But I also know Regeneration and Heal, which is another spell I should make. You've seen me make spells, so maybe I'll just do it if anything interesting comes up. I'll get ready for the Nether in just a moment. All right, folks, into the breach. I don't know, one of the two. Really got to explore that, but not now. You got to stay focused. Got to watch for ghasts. Destination is that place right there, so let's go ahead and start. Got to watch very carefully for ghast, because an ill-timed ghast out here doing this over this lava, it'd be the end, right? But I'm hoping that this is going to be a fortress totally full of awesome stuff, right? I mean, it seems like since I'm one of the first people on the server who could raid another fortress and succeed, other folks aren't quite as far along as I am yet, because even though they play a lot more, have only just gotten to the server. You know, they aren't gonna necessarily be able to pop right through and do everything I can do because I've been on for a little bit longer. Okay, almost there. What is that? I can already see Netherwart. Oh, excellent. Okay, hopefully we'll find some blaze spawners too. There's a strange thing on my mini-map too. I wonder what that is. Okay. Oh, perhaps my voice doesn't belie because I'm a little tired, but I am tense about this. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is terrifying even. And I can already see monsters spawning over there. I mean, what am I supposed to do about this? Okay, so let's do this. And then just get it right here, and then we'll have a nice, easy access. Which is easy is the name of the game with a situation like this. You know, I think a lot of Minecraft players, especially mod Minecraft players, get kind of complacent about the Nether. They think of it, oh, you know, it's just a place you go, you get lava, and then you leave. Most people are just used to using the Nether for IC2 lava. And, you know, with the advent of Biomes of Plenty, we've seen a lot more stuff that's here. There's a lot of minerals. It's actually a very good place to mine in Resonant Rise, and will be more so soon. Oh, wait, check out. This is a good time to use one of my new spells. I actually had a sunstone lying around, which is, I'm told, rare. So, oh, wait, not quite what I wanted to do. Still getting used to the spell book. Oh, in case you're curious, I found out what the Attract spell does. It only works on living creatures. So, hooray for me, I built a pretty useless spell. I can see why it was so cheap. Still, it should be useful actually for ghasts still. Like, the intended purpose was to make it easier to fight ghasts, right? Well, that should still be the case, I think, because I can suck them close to me. Hopefully, it has enough range to do that. There we go. This should keep me relatively safe from the trials and tribulations of ghasts. Yeah, that's a pretty... You gotta be pretty bad at Minecraft to fall off this. Well, you know what? In that case, let's put a little bit of safety bumper right there, because I'm pretty bad at Minecraft myself. Okay, there we go. Now, what's in here? I got Nether Brick. Got all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, look at this already. Oh, this is fantastic. Now, I don't know if you've ever been, on a server before, but let me tell you something that's very polite to do. You can grow all the nether wart in the world, break it all, replant it, and then continue your adventure. And leave, I'm not going to raid this patch too, because I have enough stuff. Okay, up here, I don't see anything interesting. So let's continue onward. And we can use our trusty Wisp Collar spell here. Wisp Collar? It's actually a projectile spell. To kind of move along here. It's a pretty cheap spell. It's awesome, actually. More nether wart. I guess I didn't have to be so worried about saving it. So you may notice that I'm only firing things at the right-hand side. I mentioned this a few seasons ago, but I think it bears repeating. I have a system. Things at the ground are not useful, but things on the... Ooh, a chest. I didn't know these spawned in here. Diamonds, gold, nether wart. Huh, gold horse armor. That's cool. I have a system. My system is that I only shoot or place lights on the right-hand side. This is actually a navigation aid for me. It allows me to know sort of where I've been and be able to retrace my steps. Ooh, saddles, gold, golden chest plate. Horse armor doesn't stack. All right, time to use another one of these new spells that I just got. Let's go ahead and use Palm of Ioun. Is there enough room there for it? Let's see if we can get enough room. It's kind of a finicky spell. Or if I have to clear out a little bit of room for it. And this is supposed to be all this big dramatic reveal. Instead, what do we get? Me clearing out space for my spell to appear. Quite the dramatic. Okay, how about here? There we go. Just needs a little bit of room. So check this out. This is Palm of Ioun. It opens up a rift, which is pretty cool. And now this rift, even if I die, it stays associated with me. But more, it's just about maximizing my carrying space. And if I sneak click, it goes away. There we go. Thank you, Ars Magica. That's very cool. I think that's one of the more useful spells I've ever seen. Sort of like a pocket ender chest, or rather like a personal. I guess ender chests are personal, but did I just see something there? Huh. That's suspicious. Let's go ahead and put one on the ground here. Make sure we have this here. What's up here? Blazes. So I wonder if I can use this attract spell of mine. Woohoo. To actually bring him close enough to use range. Maybe this attract spell is awesome. And I just don't know how to use it yet. Gotta be pretty careful of these other ones though. Okay, cast it. Bring out my... Whoa, oh. Ouch. Whoa, there's a big pit there too. Oh man, this is tense. But I really need him to... We need him to come closer. Let's try a stronger version of the spell. Come here, Blaze. Blaze, come here. See, this is what's annoying. I wonder if that spell's just bugged. Ow. Did I get anything? No. Of course I didn't. Oh man, flying blazes without flight is just nerve-wracking. And then of course there's this nightmare hole. And it appears that this goes up even further. Really? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and toss a few lights up there just to see what it's like. Look at this. This is a weird fortress. It's a pretty cool fortress, actually. Usually they're kind of just like, here's a room, here's a hall that goes nowhere, and by the way, buried with sand. What's in here? Anything exciting? Ooh, a lava well. That's kind of cool. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to continue my little quest here and see if I can get my goal of blaze rod. Wow, it's really not going to be an easy way down there, huh? My goal is blaze rods and a ghast tier. So I will start recording, hopefully fast enough, to show you anything awesome that could happen. But for now, I'll just keep doing this and run. All right, I think I might have a ghast that I might be able to get lucky with. Oh man, it's so difficult to get these guys over a surface. He goes drifting off over there. Come back, you. Oh, I think I dropped the ghast, but I gotta get up there. I fell through a hole running for it. Ugh. Man, it's brutal. Okay, I need a nerd hole up there. Oh no, oh no. I'm on fire. Oh god, there's a blaze in here. Maybe I can go around. Whoa. Guys, I have 5 minutes. Oh, got a blaze rod though. Got a blaze rod. Gotta keep the regen going. How do I get out of here? Whoa! Oh boy, I should withdraw. There's ghast tiers up there though, I just know it. Ugh, so many blazes. Gotta find a way out there. This might do it. Gotta be careful though. I almost fell here earlier. This is it. There they are. I actually shot through a window and got these. Oh, yeah. Who's pro? Well, I guess I would have been more pro had I not fallen. Where do I go now? I gotta avoid all these blazes. Oh, there's so many. Guys, I'm not long for this world, am I? But now I fall. Whoa. Whoa. Ow, 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 ow. I just gotta be cautious. Just gotta be calm. And I got to eat. Eat more than I'm eating. That's probably why my spell's not working so well, huh? Oh my god, this is the tensest thing, guys. But I think I might make it out. Just gotta keep these to my left and not take corners so blindly. Alright, I think this is the way out. Shoot. Tag. Oh, he dodged. This is tough. Oh my god. They're all waiting for me. But more blaze rods is good, right? How many arrows do I have left? I'm getting low. Only 19 left. Whew. Probably the toughest part about this for you guys is that it's dead silent when I'm not talking, huh? Not the best episode to have no sound on. Maybe I'll put some scary music on, like some sinister music. What is the official theme song of fighting blazes and barely getting ghasters? And I got 2. I don't know what mod makes it so I fight more. I get more, but I guess there's a mod that makes it so I get more. And I get any, still didn't get any magma creams from that. That's annoying. But I think this is the way out. I think this is the original area I busted in on. Yes. And there's another ghast out there, but I don't want to take him over this magma sea. Oh yeah. Expedition successful. Folks, expedition successful. And with that, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been wonderful. I'm going to try and get my mic issues sorted, and I'll try and put some music over this when I edit it. But I think this is probably a good place to stop. I have some blaze rods, 2 ghast tiers, flame string, necrotic bone, which is exciting because I can use that. I ran into a couple wither skeletons, and this ghastly soul, who I don't really know what it's for. Oh, interesting. Ghastly soul manipulator. Well, of course, I got it. A ghastly soul manipulator. Duh. And something that's pretty expensive looking. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you like it, please remember to hit the like button or subscribe. If you dislike it, don't hit the dislike button. Just tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I can do better. I'll listen. Unless you're wrong, in which case I won't. Other than that, please feel free to try the pack out, and please feel free to watch all the other YouTubers who are trying the Resonant Rise Let's Plays. And I'm sorry if I've been a little subdued. I'm recording this episode really late, and also when I get really intense, like focused on a game, I tend to get quiet and get really like concentrate on it. I shouldn't do that, especially when I don't have sound, but you know, whatever. But folks, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.